is if you purchase monetize or if you have already purchased monetize, for VIPs, we're going to give you all of the bonuses. Okay? All of the bonuses. So if you bought on day 3 or day 4 or whatever it is, and there was like a bonus on day 1 or day 2 that you wanted, well, congratulations, then you get that. Obviously, if you bought on day 1, you get everything because, you know, we like to reward the early action takers. But yeah, I guess all that to say that takes off a lot of the pressure off of you guys VIPs. If any of you VIPs purchased yesterday or day before and there was something that you wanted but you couldn't get, we are making that especially for you. So Sandra goes, yes, I bought today. Well, congratulations if you had bought today or for anyone else. By the way, some people saying webcam is blurry. E-man, it's blurry. All good? Yeah? Okay. Anyways, all that to say, you guys do not have to worry. As I said, if you purchased, we are going to give you everything. All of the bonuses. Bought yesterday, well, congratulations. As I said, if you bought yesterday, that means that normally you would only get yesterday's bonus plus all the standard bonuses. You wouldn't get the ones from the day before. Webcam is actually blurry. Not good. Yes, it's blurry. Really bad quality. Tristan, if you could just check on it. Video quality is a bit low. I'm just seeing 1 bar at the top of StreamYard. 1 out of 3 bars. So just check that and let me know. Should be no issues. It's very blurry. Oh, I thought it was my quality. Yeah, guys, just let me know. We're plugged into Gigabyte Ethernet. So it shouldn't be any issues. Not blurry for me. Quality is good. Cam is fine. Not that bad. Okay. All right. Bit conflicting. So I will keep going. You guys, obviously team is going to be on standby. So hopefully all good. All right. Great. Anyways, all that to say, congratulations, VIP. You guys get all the bonuses. And please, trust me, you will want to stay for the main session because I have, in my opinion, it's either the best or definitely tied best bonus that we've done so far. Like, it is crazy. Trust me, you will want to stay for the main session because I have, in my opinion, it's either the best or definitely tied best bonus that we've done so far. Like, it is crazy. You know, if you guys have ever wanted me to have me basically like over your shoulder and almost as a coach and almost there with you in the room, this is pretty much about the closest chance as you'll get, unless you want to pay the 25 grand an hour that our consultant.com, our Quantum clients pay. So just to give you context, when people join Quantum, they get a 1 hour call with me, and that's what they pay 25 grand for every 6 months, by the way. So yeah, anyways, all that to say, I would definitely make sure you watch out for the main session. All right, and Tristan, just make sure you keep up to date with the chat. As I said, on StreamYard, I can see top left. Everyone's saying it's blurry, so just keep me updated what the situation is, or try on phone data and see if there's any issues there. Blurry, yeah. Clearly a lot of people saying it, so just check in on that. While that's going on, while I've got tech team checking on things, we will continue on with today's presentation. So, welcome to VIP Session 5. Today we're going to talk about something that most people are too weak to face. Before we do, we have a lot to cover today, including the announcement of yesterday's challenge winner. So stick to the end and make sure you are watching live. If chosen, I will call you during the session later on, and you will be given the password I will share just before I call you. If you're not picked, don't worry. I'm also going to be sharing the instructions for the next challenge throughout this session. Look, here's the situation. Like I told you in VIP 3, I've been studying champions for years now. Not just successful entrepreneurs, but elite athletes, world-class performers, people who have achieved things that seem impossible to most people. And I've noticed a very clear-cut pattern. Not the one I spoke about in VIP Session 3 about competitive advantages. It's actually something else. You see, before every major breakthrough that these champions, these champions go and they disappear for a period of time. Muhammad Ali disappeared for 3 years when he was stripped of his heavyweight title. He came back and became the greatest boxer of all time. Kobe Bryant, very famously, would disappear almost every summer for months, training in isolation. He would then come back each season better than the one before. Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple, and he disappeared for 12 years and then came back and created the iPhone and turned Apple into what we know it as today. But here's what most people miss about these stories. These guys don't just disappear for the sake of disappearing. They disappear to to learn new skills or tactics. They disappear to become different people, to reinvent themselves, okay? Because the person who achieved their breakthroughs was not the same person who went into isolation. They had to disappear in order to become ungovernable. And that's exactly what separates ungovernable from the submissives. Ungovernable individuals understand that transformation isn't about adding new habits to your life. It is about burning your old life down and building a new one. Addition by subtraction, because you can't expect things to change if you don't change yourself. Submissive individuals do the same thing and then just expect different results, and that is why they stay stuck forever. I mean, think about it. Imagine touching a hot stove, getting burned, and then immediately touching it again, expecting not to get the same result. That would obviously be insane, no? Yet I see so many people still stuck in this trapped in what I call failure cycles. You do the same thing over and over again because you simply don't know any better. You are stuck, but you have no idea why. If you've been in this situation before, or if you are currently in it, today I'm going to show you how to get out of that rut. I'm going to show you how to disappear and come back ungovernable. But let me tell you right now, it's not going to be easy. So quick forewarning there. It will require you to disappear for a period of time. But I can tell you from firsthand experience, this stuff works, okay? I know this because I've even used this method myself just a few years ago. By the way, I even made a YouTube video about it. Back when I had to step up as the man in the house and take care of my mother, I went through this period, okay? But before we dive in, let me ask you something. How much are you willing to sacrifice in order to become ungovernable, to become the best version of yourself? Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you are not serious about this, I don't think you're going to enjoy the session today. This session is not for people who want comfort. It's for the people who want real results and are willing to do whatever it takes in order to get them. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me tell you about the most dangerous prison in the world. It's not made of bars or walls. It is made of stories, okay? Stories such as, I'm not good with money. I'm not a business person. People like me don't succeed. I need to know everything before I can start. These stories become your identity, and your identity becomes your reality, or should I say, your prison. Here's the brutal truth no one wants to hear. Your current identity is exactly why you're not making 10K a month. Remember back in VIP session 3 when I showed you the 4 competitive advantages: infinite attempts, automated fulfillment, specialized tools, and monetization. You know why most people don't use these advantages? Because their identity won't let them. Oh, I don't deserve unlimited attempts. I'm not smart enough to build automated systems. I'm not technical enough for specialized tools. I'm not confident enough to partner up with micro-influencers. Your identity is literally blocking you from the opportunities that are right in front of you. And the only way to break free from it is to kill it. Champion boxer Evander Holyfield said something that really stuck with me. I had to kill the boy I was to become the man I needed to be. This has stuck with me ever since. And this is something that I could relate to. I'm sure you've heard my story. My stepfather left me and my mother financially left when we were 11. My biological father was an alcoholic, abusive. I met him once when I was 8 years old. Very typical story. Okay, very, very typical story. My mom worked long hours just to put food on the table. And I think in the drawer or somewhere else, we'll take a look at it. My mom used to work at a place called Harrods. She used to work at Chelsea and Westminster as a receptionist for NHS. For those of you guys that don't know what NHS is, it's basically the public healthcare service in the UK. And I can tell you, being a receptionist receptionist at a hospital, and especially a public hospital, very, very stressful job. Okay, so I saw her struggle every single day, and the only way for me to stop that was for me to level up and take charge of the situation. You see, the version of you that got you here isn't the same version that will get you there. The person reading this right now with your current beliefs, habits, and excuses cannot build a 10K a month business. That person needs to disappear before the new one can be born. So do me a favor, grab a pen and paper right now. I want you to write down 3 stories that you tell yourself about why you can't succeed. You know that voice in your head that always tells you that, oh, you can't do things. 3 identity statements that are keeping you as a prisoner. I want you to write them down, okay? I'll wait. You don't need to tell me what they are. Just keep them to yourself. But write them down, okay? Pen, paper, anything, okay? Grab your phone. I don't care what you need to do, but write them down. Now, I want you to cross them out, okay? I want you to cross them out, and I want you to cross them out hard. Those stories just died. They're not facts. They're limitations you've accepted. Not anymore. From now on, they no longer control you. Like I told you, I've been studying champions for years, and I've identified the exact process they follow. It is what I call the 5 cardinal rules of ungovernability. Okay, these aren't suggestions, by the way. They are requirements. If you follow them, you will become ungovernable. Plain and simple. If you don't, you're going to stay where you are. You're okay. This is literally the only way to go from submissive to ungovernable. Do you agree that the things you've been telling yourself have been holding you back? Type a yes in the chat if you can understand in day-to-day life, you can see it in real time, how these things are holding you back. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I understand. Well, with that being said, let's move into rule 1. Embody ungovernable traits. The first rule is simple. Embody ungovernable traits before you can become ungovernable. Okay. In other words, you must become the person before you can expect to get the results. But before I tell you the traits of the ungovernable, let's define what ungovernable really means. Being ungovernable isn't about being rebellious or difficult. It is about operating from a completely different set of principles. And here are the 2 reasons most people go wrong. Most people go wrong either because they don't know these traits or because they don't realize that to become ungovernable, they must first embody these traits religiously. First, you have to incorporate the habits and the rules that ungovernable individuals follow before the results come, not the other way around. So here are the key traits of ungovernable people. Number 1, ungovernable people take full responsibility for their situation. They don't blame others or external circumstances. When something goes wrong, their first question is, what could I have done differently? Not, who can I blame? Number 2, ungovernable people are extremely disciplined. They follow through on commitments to themselves. If they say they're going to wake up at 5 a.m., then they wake up at 5 a.m. If they commit to 1 hour of focused work, then they do 1 hour of focused work. Ungovernable people are focused. They don't get distracted by 10 different things. When they choose a path, they stick to it until they succeed. Number 4, ungovernable people are action-oriented. They implement quickly rather than overthinking. They know that learning is nothing without earning. While others are still researching, they are already testing. Number 5, ungovernable people invest in themselves. They put money into their growth and development. They buy things and join communities that will accelerate their progress. Number 6, ungovernable people are resourceful. They find ways to make things happen regardless of the constraints. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. Instead, they create solutions. And last of all, ungovernable people have high standards. They refuse to accept mediocrity in any area of their life. Good is never good enough. Elon Musk, he didn't just want to make electric cars. He wanted to accelerate the world's transportation to sustainable transport and make humans a multi-planetary species. Henry Ford didn't listen to customers who said, oh, just give us a faster horse. Instead, he created the automobile and revolutionized transportation. That being said, here's your first assignment. Grab that pen and paper from earlier. I want you to create your own list of ungovernable traits and goals. Really ask yourself, what characteristics do you need to develop to become the person who succeeds with digital products? Think about the version of yourself who confidently uses the specialized tools from VIP Session 3, who leverages those 4 competitive advantages without any hesitation. What traits does that person have that you don't yet have? Write them down. These will be your North Star moving forward. And you have to be hard on yourself throughout this process if you feel as though you are veering away from it. Then, next to that, I want you to write down something that you want to achieve at the end of these next 90 days. Make it ambitious, but realistic, and be specific. Not, oh, I want to try digital products. Instead, be more specific. Something along the lines of, I will make my first sale with digital products in the next 90 days. And this brings me to today's VIP challenge. The challenge for today, to have a chance at winning a brand new MacBook, I want you to take a picture